Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch. There's a place in eastern Utah where mystery hangs thick in the desert air. A remote patch of land, isolated by twisted geography and wrapped in legend, where the ordinary rules of geology, physics, and even reality seem to fray. That place is Blind Frog Ranch. For years, Blind Frog Ranch has fascinated viewers of the eponymous TV show, with tales of buried treasure, ancient civilizations, unexplained phenomena, and dangerous subterranean caverns. But in its most recent season, the mystery deepened further, when a strange metal was discovered inside a sealed, 500-year-old Aztec box. Could it be gallium? The story begins like a well-worn folktale. A wealthy rancher, Duane Allinger, purchases Blind Frog Ranch in the Uinta Basin, chasing rumors of Spanish gold and pre-Columbian artifacts hidden beneath the property. But what begins as a treasure hunt quickly turns into something stranger. Magnetic anomalies, natural caverns sealed with centuries-old timbers, and eerie artifacts pulled from the ground suggest that something important, maybe something dangerous, has long been buried beneath the soil. In one of the most jaw-dropping discoveries to date, the team unearths a centuries-old wooden box preserved under layers of rock and sediment in a flooded cavern. The box appears to be of Aztec origin, ornately carved, adorned with iconography depicting the sun god Tonatiuh and the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl. But it isn't just the box exterior that has people talking. It's what was found inside. The box. A time capsule of secrets. The box wasn't easy to retrieve. Submerged beneath a labyrinth of narrow, unstable shafts, the team had to pump water, reinforce crumbling passageways, and navigate treacherous terrain riddled with collapses. When they finally pried it loose from its rocky tomb, the box was swollen with moisture, its joints warped shut. Days passed before the team dared open it. They feared the contents would be destroyed by exposure, or worse, that opening it would trigger some ancient trap. Finally, with painstaking precision, they cracked it open. Inside were fragments of preserved cloth, a few bronze ornaments, and beneath it all, resting in a tight niche of blackened velvet, a silvery gray metal, unlike anything they'd seen before. It didn't resemble gold or silver. It wasn't lead or iron, nor did it tarnish like copper. It had an almost glassy, mirrored sheen, and most unusually, it felt cold to the touch, even in the stifling desert heat. They didn't know it yet, but they may have been holding gallium. A metal out of time. Gallium is a fascinating element, atomic number 31 on the periodic table. Rarely found in pure form in nature, it's usually extracted as a byproduct of refining other metals, especially aluminum and zinc. What makes gallium unusual is its melting point, just 85.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 29.8 degrees Celsius. This means it can melt in the palm of your hand. But gallium wasn't discovered until 1875 by French chemist Paul-Émile Lecoq de Boisbaudran. That raises a startling question. What was a gallium-like substance doing in a 500-year-old box, buried beneath Utah, centuries before the element's official discovery? I've confirmed the implications are massive. One hypothesis, floated by viewers and amateur historians, is that the object is not pure gallium, but an alloy, a man-made mixture incorporating gallium-like properties. That would require a sophisticated knowledge of metallurgy, not usually attributed to pre-Columbian civilizations. Yet, archaeological findings have continued to surprise historians over the last few decades, forcing a revaluation of the technological capabilities of the Aztec, Maya, and Inca peoples. Another possibility, and one that has ignited online forums and late-night YouTube theorists, is that the metal isn't of earthly origin at all. Alien origins or ancient knowledge, The Utah Basin has long been home to stories of the inexplicable. Skinwalker Ranch, only miles from Blind Frog Ranch, has reported UFO sightings, strange lights, and anomalous radiation for decades. Could this metal, hidden in an Aztec box beneath ancient timbers, be part of a larger extraterrestrial story? Some point to the legend of the Sky People, found in many Native American traditions. Beings who came from above, gifted knowledge, and then vanished. Aztec mythology also speaks of gods descending from the heavens, wielding technologies the people could not understand. Did these beings leave behind more than just stories? Skeptics, of course, point to less sensational possibilities. Perhaps the metal is an unknown alloy, misidentified. Perhaps contamination or human interference planted modern materials in ancient contexts. Yet Blind Frog Ranch's isolation, the sealed environment of the cavern, and the radiocarbon dating of the box all challenge the easy answers. Even the scientists the team consulted seemed puzzled. Initial tests revealed properties consistent with gallium, a low melting point, a reflective surface, and a density unlike common alloys. But there were also anomalies in its crystal structure, irregularities that didn't fit neatly into existing metallurgical categories. More testing was required, but one thing was clear: the metal wasn't ordinary. Why was it hidden? One of the biggest unanswered questions isn't what the metal is, but why it was so carefully hidden. The box was buried far beneath the surface, in a place that could only have been accessed with intention. The surrounding beams, carbon dated to roughly 500 years ago, suggested a massive effort to seal the cavern. Was it a tomb, a vault, or a warning? The possibility arises that someone, or some group, deliberately hid this metal, perhaps to protect it, or perhaps to protect others from it. Could it have been considered sacred? Dangerous? Was it part of a trade network that stretched farther than we've imagined, from central Mexico into the mountainous terrain of Utah? And if the Aztecs, or whoever sealed the box, knew of gallium or gallium-like metals, where did they get it? Could they have mined it locally? Or did they acquire it through ancient trade with cultures yet unknown to modern historians? These are the questions that haunt Duane and his team as they continue to explore the cavern system beneath the ranch. Comes next. The discovery of the metal has breathed new life into the Blind Frog Ranch mystery. While the show's skeptics remain vocal, even they acknowledge that the find is unusual. Lab analysis continues, and more information is expected in the coming months. As for Duane and his crew, the box has changed everything. It's no longer just a treasure hunt. It's a quest to understand who walked this land before and what they knew. With every new episode, every new dig, and every strange reading from their underground senses, the ranch peels back a little more of its enigma. Was the metal gallium? The scientific jury is still out. But whether it's gallium or something even stranger, the find suggests that the Blind Frog Ranch mystery is far from solved. And maybe that's the real treasure. Not gold, not riches, but the secrets of time, hidden in wood and stone, waiting for someone to look deep enough to find them. In the shadow of the Uinta Mountains, where red rock meets desolate windswept plains, lies a mysterious piece of land known as Blind Frog Ranch. For decades, whispers about this remote Utah property have echoed through the circles of treasure hunters and mystery seekers. Rumors of hidden gold, unnatural phenomena, and long-buried secrets locked beneath the desert soil. Few dared to search. Fewer still returned with answers. But now, one team might have unearthed something even stranger than gold. A silvery, enigmatic metal hidden inside a centuries-old Aztec box. The discovery raised more questions than it answered, pulling a new layer of mystery over a landscape already thick with the unexplained. At the heart of it all lies the object in question, a dull, cold-to-the-touch metal, unlike anything the team had encountered before. A substance that behaved not like iron, copper, or lead, but like gallium, an element not officially discovered until the 19th century. The box itself had been sealed deep underground, preserved in near-total darkness beneath collapsed timbers and rock. Retrieving it was no small feat. Weeks of digging, water pumping, and navigating unstable passageways finally revealed the artifact, its wooden structure softened by time but intact enough to be opened. What lay inside was unexpected. Fabric remnants, beads of bronze, and nestled within the folds, a piece of unearthly metal gleaming with muted silver light. It was cold, smooth, dense, and it didn't tarnish. Not with air, not with water. Even under the desert sun, it remained cool. Initial field tests revealed no magnetic pull and no signs of iron or aluminum. The metal's identity would become a new riddle, one layered atop the dozens that already surrounded Blind Frog Ranch. Theories spread quickly. Some speculated it might be lead-silver alloy, or even a type of mercury amalgam. Others suggested something far rarer, gallium, a soft, silvery metal with a melting point so low it liquefies in the human palm. But gallium shouldn't have been there. The Aztecs, known for their skill with obsidian, jade, and gold, had no known access to such an element. Modern industry didn't recognize it until the late 1800s. The possibility of it being in the hands of Mesoamerican people 5 centuries earlier made the find almost impossible. And yet, there it was, sealed in a carved wooden box with symbols tracing back to pre-Columbian central Mexico.